All right, we're going to tackle a pretty challenging idea today. Think of it as a wake-up call for your future. A future that, by the way, starts right now. The title of this whole thing says it all, really. Don't let yourself enter 2026 as the exact same person you are today.
So, let me ask you, straight up, who are you going to be in 2026? No, I mean, really, stop and think about that for a second. That version of you, the one with new skills, maybe in better shape, with more knowledge, who is that person? What do they actually do differently every single day?
Because, and this is kind of the hard truth of it all, without some kind of change, starting today, the person you'll be in 2026 is, well, it's the same person you are right now, just a little bit older. See, change isn't automatic. It's got to be intentional.
And this leads us right into this psychological trap that honestly we all fall into. It's what I call the next year fallacy. It's this powerful but totally flawed belief that some random date on the calendar holds some kind of, transformative magic.
Oh, you've said it, I've said it, we've all said it. I'll start on Monday. I'll get to it next month. And of course, the big one right here. It feels like a real plan, right? Like a promise we're making to ourselves. But let's be honest with ourselves. More often than not, it's just a really nice sounding way to procrastinate.
And this, right here, is the core of that whole fallacy, just laid bare. The myth is that some future date is going to magically give us all the willpower and discipline we don't have today. But the reality? True lasting change is never this big single event. It's a quiet, slow burn process. It's built from all the tiny, almost invisible choices we make day in and day out.
Okay, so if waiting for that magic day is a bust, then what actually works? Well, this leads us to the solution. And frankly, it's probably the most powerful force for change there is. It's called the compound effect. Now this is the real engine of change. It's a super simple but profound idea. You don't need some massive, heroic effort that's just going to burn you out in a week. No. What you need are small, smart choices that you can repeat consistently over and over. And over time, those tiny little investments, they start to yield massive, almost unbelievable results. And let's be super clear about this. This isn't some feel-good motivational trick. This is a fundamental law of how things work. It's like gravity. It's always there, whether you believe in it or not. It's running the show in your finances, your health, your relationships, your skills, everything. It's the quiet, unstoppable engine behind any real, significant change.
Okay, let's make this super concrete so you can see what I mean. Imagine you start with something that sounds almost laughably small, like reading just 10 pages of a book a day. It feels like nothing, right? Barely worth doing. But you stick with it. Suddenly, that's 70 pages a week. Then the small gains start to multiply. And before you even know it, that tiny little daily habit has you reading over a dozen books in a year. That's the compound effect in action.
So, the big question is, how does this apply directly to your life right now? Well, it all boils down to your daily decisions. Here's something that might really click for you. You want a sneak peek at your future? Forget your New Year's resolutions. Just look at what you did yesterday. Your future isn't some far-off place you're going to arrive at someday. Nope. It's being built brick by brick right now inside your daily routine. I mean, with every one of those tiny choices, you're basically standing at a fork in the road. Path 1 is the easy route, right? Skipping the workout, scrolling on your phone instead of reading. That path leads to stagnation. It leads to the exact same results you have right now. But that other path, the path of one small positive action, that builds momentum. And that momentum is what leads to growth and totally new results. Let's put it this way. Your health in 2026 isn't going to be decided by some miracle diet you're planning to start. It's being decided by the salad you choose over the fries today, by the walk you take today. And it's the exact same thing with your mind. Being smarter in the future has nothing to do with that Amazon cart full of books you plan to buy one day. It's forged in the 10 pages you actually sit down and read today. It's always the action, not the intention, that shapes who you're becoming. And this is so important to get. Motivation is a spark. It's awesome, but it's also fickle. It comes and goes. Motivation is what gets you to buy the brand new running shoes. Discipline is what makes you actually lace them up and go for a run when it's cold and you'd rather do anything else. See, the compound effect doesn't run on motivation. It runs on discipline. Which brings us to the final and honestly, the most important part of all this. We've talked about the problem. We've talked about the solution. Now we got to talk about action. So, What will you start?
But hold on, let me be really clear. The goal here is not to plan some massive, life-altering overhaul for tomorrow. That's just the next year fallacy wearing a different costume. No, the real goal is way, way smaller. And because of that, it's infinitely more powerful.
The goal is just this. 1.
That's it. One small, positive choice. One tiny, almost effortless action that you can commit to doing today, and then again tomorrow. That is how real change actually starts. Not next year, not next month, not even next Monday. The time to make that one tiny choice is right now.
So I'll leave you with this question. What is the one small thing you're going to do today that the future you will be grateful for? Don't just think about it. Actually decide. Because that single choice, that's the first real step toward becoming who you want to be in 2026.